And our team coverage of the mass shooting continues with Dr. Brian LeDuc, pediatric and adolescent psychiatrist for Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital. Dr. LeDuc, thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm sure this question on a lot of parents' minds tonight. What can the parents do about this from a mental health point of view to ensure that their children are handling this in the way that's age appropriate for them?
Absolutely. I think the first thing you have to do is realize that exposing children to this type of news can be very traumatic. I would avoid having children be exposed to the media if possible, the younger children, especially elementary school age, because they don't really understand this all, and it's likely to cause them anxiety. With older children who obviously have already heard of this, it's good to sit them down and talk to them about these things. Make sure you're checking in with your children that they're doing okay. If they have concerns, make sure you speak to them about that. Many of the schools have counselors that can help children out if they're feeling stressed about this sort of issue.
What does a parent tell a child who might be scared to go to school?
Yeah, absolutely. That's really challenging. I think we always tell the parents to be reassuring. Make sure that they tell their child to, they can go to the office and call home if they have to. But it is very difficult. I mean, there's no absolute answer to this issue, and, we can't guarantee that, everything's always going to be safe, but we want to make our children feel safe, and we want to reassure them that things are safe, and if they have any questions about that they can definitely go to school administrators or their parents or other people for help.
And the reality is, doctor, that it's not just the kids who might be scared to go to school, it's also their parents in some cases scared to send them to school. I know I saw a lot of that today from people on social media. Now, at what point does talking to your children about these realities do more harm than good? Where should that line be drawn? Well,
I think when you're talking about teenagers, I mean, most teenagers already know this news and they've been exposed to this before. But when you're talking about especially young children, under the age of 7 or 8, I think trying to, avoid exposure to this kind of situation would definitely be beneficial. Of course, with social media and things like that, most of the children do get exposed to this, and it's really good to talk to them about if they're having any concerns. You don't have to go into a lot of detail. You can just check in with your children regularly and, make sure they're doing okay. If they have any stress or any questions, that you'll be willing to answer them in an age-appropriate way.
I'm sure something that is weighing heavy on the hearts and minds of parents tonight all across South Florida and the country. Dr. LeDuc from Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, thanks for being with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
Thanks
a good time to
me.
give those kids a big hug and tell them that you're going to protect them as best you can. Thank you, doctor.